Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fake Music Only podcast, the best podcast online for discussing EDM releases. I'm your host, IMG, as joined always by my co-host, the Big Finicheti.
Hello, everyone.
And we also have a special guest. He is the floofy boy himself. Please welcome everyone, Nightshade.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect intro, and I'm sorry guys for not being on the episode last week. That was bad.
No worries. You made up for it by doing the rare IMG intro for this one. You know,
Yeah.
that's only happened like once before with the Mostrino episode, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's our least favorite episode actually. So please feel free to not go back and check that one out.
Yes, don't watch that one. That one's bad.
Yeah. So from what I understand, Nightshade, you're here because you don't listen to electronic music a lot. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And we've just subjected you to a whole list of tons of albums and EPs. So, like without going into specifics, so like that we don't spoil anything down the road. Like, would you say that you enjoyed or didn't like the majority of like the stuff here? You know.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of different stuff going on here. Kind of an interesting list that we've got going on. But overall these past couple of weeks I've been on like a bigger music kick than usual. You know, like I'm excited to just talk about music for this one because you know some weeks I'm more into it than others. But this one, you know, I've gone back and listened to a lot of stuff that like I should have listened to like years ago, but like just didn't.
Yeah.
Like I finally listened to the We Are Barely Alive LP from like
I
years
actually
ago.
haven't listened to that. I probably should have, but I haven't.
Yeah, like that's how it is with me because there are all these like classics and like really famous bands or well not really famous, just popular in the scene that everyone always talks about and I always kind of like nod my head and I'm like, you know, just kind of agree with what they're saying when someone else is talking about it, but in reality, I've never heard it before. Like most of Cohen Sound's discography, I actually haven't heard. Confession. So that's something I gotta listen to. That's been high on the bucket list. But yeah, I'm happy to finally get that Barely Alive LP under my belt because that like considering how many bangers I listen to, that seems like the like like the epitome of all bangers, but of all banger albums. But anyway.
Also, total side note, I know that this isn't being broadcast live or anything, but we have my 24-hour mix out hopefully soonish because technical difficulties are going to cause this stream to not go up afterwards. So, yeah, but we have that. So, like, go to my channel or just look up IMG's 24-hour mix in like a week or something. I don't know.
Hell yeah! Do we want to talk about that like a little bit, like considering that it's finished and it's
Why
in like the
not?
release
Yeah,
process?
let's. I'll stand on my pedestal a little while longer.
Yeah, why not? Why not? We don't have an artist to interview, so
Yeah.
you know what, you'll do. So first of all, I think that you should probably explain like what exactly the mix is because I feel like a lot of people don't really know, like aren't sure what you're making exactly.
So okay, today actually the day of this recording, which is October 13th, is the 2-year anniversary of my very first mix releasing. It's called the Chill Pill. It's in 3 parts, and speaking of which, it's actually totally remastered in this mix, which we'll get to later, eventually, in the stream. But anyway, so I kind of challenged myself every year. Well, I'm gonna challenge myself every year. I shouldn't say I have because it's only been 2 years, but to do something new or something for my anniversary. Like last year, I was gonna do the Chill Pill 2. That didn't work, but I released part 1 of that, and so then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make like a 24-hour mix, and then I was like, all right, and now here we are, like 3 months after I started it or whatever.
It's
out.
it's kind of insane to me that it's even completed to begin with because I remember working like my summer job and then like in my spare time like you would like message me something about it and I'd be like okay that's cool but I doubt that's ever gonna get done. And then then like a month and a half later, you were like, all right, I'm 9 hours in. I was like, oh, holy shit,
Yeah.
this is happening. Because
Yeah.
but like it in terms of like your workflow, like how long does it usually take to make like an hour of this thing? You know?
An hour of it. It
Yeah.
usually it's actually is just about an hour each. If I have an idea and I know what songs I'm going to use, or have a general idea of what songs I'm going to use, usually 1 hour of the mix equals 1 hour of work time. So
Is that seriously like?
yeah,
Hmm. It like
because I don't do it live. I mean I used to live mix. In fact, that was what my very first mix was, but I could not sit there for 24 hours doing transitions. One and two, it's just I prefer mixing in that's not live or DAW mixing, whatever you want to call it. I just it's nice because you can meticulously plan everything and there's pretty much no error as
yeah.
compared to a live mix where if you don't do a transition right then it's gonna sound like crap.
Yeah.
So
I mean, really, it's a live mix and kind of a pre-made mix. I feel like they're like even though they're very similar, and like when you're actually listening to them, they're kind of two different types of content because you're listening for different things. Like,
yes.
because when you're listening to like a pre-made mix, you're like it being kind of flawless is guaranteed. Like that's sort of a
Yes.
given because you have all that time to make sure everything's in the right spot, and it's more about like the creative process and crafting the mix.
Exactly.
Whereas with a live mix, it's more about like like it's just impressive what the person can do, um, like while doing it live without having any of the time to prepare beforehand. Yeah.
Well, actually, my mixes are, well, but when I did them live, they were kind of a mix of both. Like I'd like have cue points and stuff, and I'd test out transitions before I actually recorded them. But for the most part, it was live. So, like, I knew where to transition, but it's just I had to transition there. And you know.
When you say you used to live mix, did you have did you have like a set of decks or something, or did you just do like mouse and keyboard?
I didn't have a deck. I actually did. Well, I got one when I first started, but I didn't use it because I was like, it just doesn't really work that well for me at least. So I was like, yeah.
I get that.
Especially considering my deck was like just complete and other like beginner type stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I know what you mean. I've got a deck too. It's like it's like a basic like $100 like USB
yeah.
Newmark thing.
Oh yeah, that's probably what I have too.
Yeah.
So.
It 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 when I first got that, it actually took me like a week to figure out how to like make sound come out of the software and figure out the fucking licensing stuff. And it was like like the first Reddit post I ever made was actually on like a virtual DJ like subreddit. And it's like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Please help me. And to this day, I really don't know what I'm doing. It just kind of fixed itself, to be perfectly honest. Um, but you know what? Whatever. Yeah. So like what prompted you to make this mix was the like it was the anniversary of the first ever mix that you made, right? Like
Well,
that's what you're saying.
at first I was like, this was like in May. I was like, I posted on Twitter. I was like, you know what? I should do a 24-hour mix this summer, and then summer turned into October 13th because I was like, I'm not gonna get this done in summer because I ended up starting in like mid-July, and there was no way I was gonna get it done by September. So
Yeah, of course. So you just decided to do it like out of the blue, like no.
yeah, just I might have actually no. What kind of inspired me was the electronic music subreddit. They back in 2016, or well, it would have been 2017 because that's when they released it. They did this year mix. It was like 24 hours by like 500 or no, not 500. Like I don't know. I don't remember how many DJs, but it was like a bunch of DJs did this one mix that like seeded together, kind of like a full circle type thing from the Monster Cat podcast or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but 24 hours. And so yeah, then I was like, what if I just do that with one person and not like 50? You know?
Well, nice. And uh, last thing I'm really gonna ask about this before we move on is like besides being like a 24-hour like mix, which is kind of a novelty in it, like in and of itself,
Yeah.
like what else is there to this mix besides the length, you know?
Um, well, it's has quite a few remasters of some old mixes. Like I mentioned, the Chill Pills remastered in there. There was an unreleased mix that I remastered in there. That was like one of the first things playing. Um, there's a channel I'm gonna restart. You might have heard of this if you guys follow me. It's GSSNL. It stands for Genre Sheet Songs New Layout. Essentially, it just takes songs from the genre sheet that we all and put them into the Monster Kit layout and upload them. But anyway, there's 5 promo reels for each of the 5 brands in there. I'm trying to think of what else.
There's like sections, right? Like there's different.
Yeah, it's in sections. I don't have anything set up as far as the video goes because I was on a time crunch this weekend. But but when I actually do upload it, it will be in sections and stuff, and you can timestamp and all that. And there also is an unreleased mash or 2 in there, or 3, maybe.
Ooh.
I totally forget. So
3 mashes, 24 hours.
I think
Look out
it's
for
2.
those.
It might be 2,
Still.
and then just mixed transitions, mashes. So those count.
Still, all right. So that's all of our personal plug time. If you want to if you want to check out the mix, we'll have links on the description for wherever it'll be up. I don't know if it'll be up by the time this podcast goes up, but you know,
We'll see.
yeah. Like
Okay.
definitely by the next one. But
Yes.
but back to the music.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah. Actually, real quick, Nightshade. We not gonna lie. We've been kind of ignoring you talking about this mix. But I something I realized I wanted to ask you, is like, as someone that's not an avid listener to electronic music and someone that's not really like too deep in the scene, what do you think people are doing like on stage, like when they have like the DJ decks and stuff, like what's your perception of like what they're doing up there? Because a lot of people don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't really know. I guess it goes back to like before, just kind of like the turntable kind of DJing.
Yeah, like scratching and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like there's definitely DJs that still do that. Like A-Track still does like full scratch sets and everything like that. But and that's definitely the more impressive way of going about things is doing like actual turntable like vinyl stuff. But yeah, like the way people do it like mostly like at these festivals and you know when they're just touring around is they use these kind of like electronic turntables, I guess, like called CDJs where it's basically everything a turntable does except you're never actually swapping out vinyls and everything is like all the songs are put on there by like via flash drive typically. So you're not like to be honest, you weren't totally wrong. And but you to be honest, you also wouldn't have been wrong if you said nothing, considering how many people just do pre-recorded sets these days. But we try to avoid that, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like old school turntable stuff and scratching. Apparently, that's actually getting slightly more popular nowadays.
I would imagine because vinyl's getting more popular now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fun fact, I ordered a 3rd vinyl for my wall.
Yep, you told me that. That was.
Yep, I had no idea that they even made a vinyl for Rumble by Space Laces and Excision, just like the single by itself. But lo and behold, it exists, and I wanted it, so that'll be going up on my wall sometime. But yeah, vinyls have been getting, like, they've only been getting more popular since they started their kind of resurgence, and that makes me wonder, like, if it'll be more common to see artists putting out their songs like on Spotify and iTunes and all that, and then also having like a limited vinyl release for like
Yeah.
that already happens with a lot of artists. Excision's been doing that for years, and Rez has done that for both of her albums. But it's not a totally common practice yet, and
Yeah,
I
definitely.
yeah, I kind of predict that that'll be happening soon.
Yeah, side note before we get onto the actual music for real this time. I actually burn a lot of my music onto CDs. Like I am a really avid CD junkie. I mean, it's not like obviously it's not like vinyl, but like CD is almost done for at this rate, honestly. Like
I like collecting CDs more than vinyl personally because
yes, definitely.
the big stuff like the vinyls like that I put up on my wall, like I've got two now, three of those. But like in terms of collecting physical music, like it's so satisfying just to put another CD on the shelf. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
yeah, I enjoy that. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Well, aren't we getting to the music? I
Oh,
thought that's what we were going on to.
I thought you were trying to. I thought I interrupted you. My bad.
Oh no, no, no!
Yeah.
You didn't interrupt me at all.
Anyway, well, I guess speaking of artists putting out big albums, the big album of the year, I think, I don't know if it's the biggest album of the year, but definitely the one that's been the most hyped up and anticipated, I
Definitely.
think. Getter's Visceral has finally come out across, like all stores and countries and everything like that. And I haven't been like a massive fan of Getter in the past. Like I wasn't a big fan of like a lot of his previous like Firepower Records stuff. I thought his stuff on Osla, like Ausla, people go nuts over the pronunciation of that. But yeah, but I thought his stuff there was better, a lot better. Um, but I never thought he was like one of the best producers of all time or anything like that. But this album, I guess before that, the stuff that he's been putting out like since he left Ausla and like went to Shred Collective, like which was his own label, like the stuff that he put out with Ghostbane and like his song with Space Laces. I've enjoyed a lot more than his older stuff. So I was looking forward to see what this album would be like because I knew that just historically he's been getting better and better, and with this thing he put like 2 years of work into. I was pretty I had pretty high hopes. What about you?
Should I go first, or do you want to go first next?
Oh, I mean, like, I was just kind of giving my background, but if you wanna, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess my background. I only heard of him really honestly from I think the Get On Up remix that he did, and then the Alone remix, which of course everyone knows.
So, so
Controversial opinion. I like that remix. It actually is decent.
I don't hate the Alone remix as much as a lot of other people do, and like,
Oh yeah.
I
I
don't really
think,
fault him.
but I don't. But I like it actually.
I, I,
Uh,
I appreciate it because it's doing something different from the original, and the build up is everything that's not the drop is actually pretty great. The drop, it's growing on me, but that's all I can really say about it.
yeah. But anyway, so I was pretty hyped to hear this. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I mean, especially considering he said that he was leaving, the whole like bro step type vibe
I mean, like,
behind.
beyond that, he said, I think he's retracted this statement or said that it wasn't permanent since he originally said it,
Yeah,
but he said that he was leaving like electronic music in general and was going to focus more on like making rock style stuff and I know he's got his rap alias Terror Raid, which I think is actually pretty fantastic. I like most of the tracks he's put out on there. Um, but yeah, so like in a way, I don't know if it is anymore, but this was sort of like his farewell just to the electronic music scene in general.
yeah,
And so with all that said, like well, I guess one more thing is he's been talking about this album and how the album is going to come out, and then like he would reveal like the name of it and like the artwork just very slowly over the course of like it, it's got to be like over a year, right? He's been talking
I
about
don't
this thing.
know. I wouldn't know.
He was talking about it for like a long time.
Yeah,
So with all this stuff with his style like kind of improving in my eyes and like all that like the endless talking and hype around it, I to be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect going in because A, I knew it would be totally different from other stuff that he's put out, and B, you know, like the thing's been hyped to oblivion. I wasn't even sure if anything could live up to that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And after listening to it a couple times, I think I can confidently say that I think this album is pretty great. I don't think I don't think it lives up to the hype because if it were to live up to the hype, it would have to be like a straight up like 9.5 or like a 10 out of 10 album.
Yeah.
And it's really not that. But you know, like I mean, like that kind of gets into like what counts as a 10, and like what people like why people give certain scores to certain albums. But I do think that this album is a really enjoyable experience, and like it somehow does still sound like Getter, even though it's super quiet and calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leaf, what about you? What were you thinking?
Well, at first I listened to this not quite when it came out, a little bit after, and I was kind of like, this is kind of just, yeah, not really my thing that much, I mean, I liked All Is Lost, which I think we talked about in the test episode.
Yeah, because we talked about Mouseville with that.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked that, but I didn't really like much else on it. But then I listened to it again and again, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. And it grew on me. And yeah, I like it a lot, actually. Like, I mean, I'm especially like the hip hop style songs. Like, I was expecting not to like that, and because I'm not the biggest fan of hip hop. I mean, there's some songs that are good, but for the most part, I just don't really like it all that much.
All right.
But like Colorblind is like stuck in my head permanently at this point.
I mean, I wouldn't say that Colorblind is really hip hop influenced, but like
it has the vocals, I guess.
I'd say it's more like, I don't know, punk rock-ish. I don't know. I mean, like I don't listen to a whole lot of punk rock, but I wouldn't call it hip hop.
Well,
but yeah, I know
yeah,
what you mean.
okay. What?
Anyway, we're getting into semantics here. But yeah, Nightshade. What were your thoughts on this?
Well, I just liked it overall. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, nice is honestly a good word to describe this thing. Like it's. Super
I mean,
relaxing.
if you liked Vertigo, then I honestly you'd probably like this at least a little bit. Maybe not as much as Vertigo, but like at least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's sort of similar to Vertigo. I mean, then again, I still haven't heard that whole thing all the way through.
My gosh.
I've shuffled it.
Don't shuffle it. You have to listen to it in order.
I've probably heard like 60% of the album anyway. But yeah, like like to me, honestly, I don't know how well these tracks would work out of context. Well, like for the most part anyway. I've heard I've heard All Is Lost. I heard Solo because that came out a long time ago.
Yeah, that did.
Mm-hmm. And I've also listened to the closer track on my way out a few times just by itself. And that one honestly might be my favorite off the album.
Yeah, it's definitely a tie between that and Colorblind, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I like the spin that they did on Colorblind. But I don't know if you heard the version that like came out just as a single like a while back.
No, I haven't.
See, it's completely different.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to send me a link to after this.
In the single Colorblind, like there was this rock drop, that was in the back half, and then the first drop was this kind of like high pitched trap thing. I really don't know how to describe it. Like it's unique and abrasive, in kind of like the best way. But this is more of like a calm, like listen, like the lyrics kind of take center stage here, where I guess the sound design and like the intensity of the music overall took the center stage in the middle one. Sorry,
Yeah.
wait, sorry, not the middle one, the single one. But yeah, I think the changes that they did to Colorblind, or he did, make it fit much better in the context of the album. Because
Yeah.
really, like, there's not a whole lot of heavy stuff here at all. Like, like Solo has those kind of growls, and it's definitely one of the more intense tracks on here. But the mastering on that track was kind of done in such a way where it's still, you know, it's not like a mosh song or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I guess All Is Lost is still is like melodic dubstep, right? But
Yeah, it is.
but it's not something I'd like headbang to really.
Yeah. Also, while we're on the topic of genres, I have a bit of a fun fact for you. Remember the whole discussion about Space Bass we had?
Space bass versus what was it? Mid tempo, right?
New beat.
New beat. Okay. Yeah, not even
Well,
close.
okay. Yeah, well, now it's mid-tempo bass, and that's the final name apparently. So there you go.
The final name, okay, so the final name of like the style that Rez is kind of known for, like 80 BPM sort of stuff, is mid-tempo what bass?
Just mid-tempo bass. That's it.
Mid-tempo bass. That's all right. Cool. I guess.
your genre fun fact.
All right, genre fun fact of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like I guess final words on Visceral right now. Not every track is great. Like by a long shot. I think most of them are pretty great within the context of the album, but by themselves they don't really work that well. And
Yeah.
and part of me with Audio Opera, I thought that track was just pretty underwhelming, just overall. Like very very forgettable. And what was the other one? I think it was either Release or Best of Me where the vocals annoyed me. I think it was Best of Me.
Might be Release.
It could be. Who knows? Which one had the male vocals on it?
I think that was Release.
Okay, in that case, yeah. Then Release was the other one that kind of like the vocals irritated me just a bit. So this album isn't perfect. It's not like masterpiece of 2018 or whatever. But I do think it's pretty great, and I'm glad to finally like have it. But it's finally out to the public. So I still don't really know what numerical rating I would give this thing. So I'm just gonna hold off on that until I hear it like maybe one or two more times. But yeah, I do like it quite a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Hell yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, we did. All right, there we go. Naughty Step took a full day to write out the review and record that. All we needed was like 10-15 minutes. We're professionals here, but yeah. So that was the one album that we decided to talk about. Do we? All right. What do you think? Do we want to go into the EPs first, or do we want to just jump into the singles?
I'm leaving this up to you, Knight.
All right. Knight. Oh, for some reason I thought you were talking to me. I don't know why. I don't know why I spoke. My bad.
All right. Let's just go into singles.
All right.
Hell yeah. All right.
That sounds like fun.
Okay. I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. I'm so annoyed that Talkie Talkie exists.
Okay, then good thing I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, it was on the list, man. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. All right. Here's my thing with Talkie Talkie. It's for anyone that doesn't know, it's the new DJ Snake track, featuring Selena Gomez, Ozuna, and Cardi B. Now, by default, I don't dislike any of these artists. Like I don't mind Selena Gomez and to be honest, I don't really know who Ozuna is. And DJ Snake has made some tracks that I really, really do enjoy. Like Propaganda is still, that's some great stuff there. Cardi B irritates me a little more than I should probably let her. But I just. I don't know, like just something about the way she talks gets under my skin, and I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. Sorry, but considering like what DJ Snake has done in the past with his production, I was hoping that this thing would surprise me and we'd get a song that's like obviously appealing to the mainstream that could possibly sound really good, but no, the production here is really basic. it's like the hook, I guess you could, not the hook, just the main thing that repeats is just this kind of high pitched whistling noise thing that has this really
Oh,
basic repetitive melody, and the track doesn't really go anywhere or do anything. It just kind of goes from verse to verse to verse, and then that's over. And I'm just so disappointed that this thing already has like millions upon millions of plays. I don't know.
yeah, exactly.
I'm just sad. But so yeah, so because IMG didn't listen to it, Nightshade, you're gonna have to take over. So what are you thinking?
Well, I definitely agree with you. Uh, it was like verse to verse, and yeah, that's all I have pretty much.
It's not like it gives you a lot to work with. That's I totally get it.
Yeah, I would imagine. I haven't listened to that, but like, uh,
I mean, have you enjoyed DJ Snake just historically, or
um, I mean, when Turncounter for What came out, I guess I thought it was pretty cool, and then it's kind of just faded. I mean, I don't listen to much DJ Snake. I mean, Public Enemy with Yellow Claw is really good, but like, yeah, that's about all I've listened to from him.
you also heard the Jaws collaboration that he did, right?
Oh
'Cause-
yeah, the Gassed Up.
yeah, Gassed Up.
Gassed Up was okay. It wasn't like the greatest thing, but I enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, hardcore is my fancy, so like,
there
yeah,
you
for the
go.
most part.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, I guess just closing on this, like, I was hoping we'd get something like Lean On, or Middle. Um,
No, nothing like the middle.
I like
I'm sick
no
of
no
hearing
no
that
no
song.
no 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 not the Middle by Zed, just Middle.
Oh wait, oh yeah, I'm
Just
totally
yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah, totally with you on that one. But yeah, strong difference. But yeah,
Yeah, okay, sorry,
but yeah,
boys.
instead we just got something really basic. So, you know, hopefully DJ Snake can put out a project that I can get behind again, because it's been a minute, but I'm not gonna lose hope just yet. Maybe if he does another song like in a row that's like this, then yeah, sure. But for right now, I'm just gonna forget that this song exists until it starts playing on the radio every day, every
Yeah,
second.
exactly.
So that was
Which
the
is bound
one.
to happen any day now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, honestly, I haven't listened to much radio. I haven't, because I haven't had to. So maybe I'll just avoid that entirely. Who knows?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Hey, at least okay. I'm gonna go off on a total wild tangent, but so my work, uh, my manager changed the radio station, like the pop station, which you know what, I'd rather listen to pop than what she put on. She put on the freaking country station. I'm not even joking. Like I was sitting there, I'd be like cleaning tables, and I just hear the same 10 country songs over and over again. I was like, at this point, and that so wait, the story is so so then I went and I talked to one of my other managers, and they just switched it, and I was like, okay, thank you. And now it's been like that ever since, and I think
You actually complained to management.
yes, I did. I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna go insane.
Yeah, no, I mean, country is about as far as you can possibly get from electronic music, I think.
Yes.
It's just about the polar opposite. Um, I can get down with country roads.
Yeah,
Take me
that's
home.
the only country we get down to.
West Virginia, all
Yeah.
that. Besides that, yeah, I'm not a fan. Oh, also there's that song, where that it was a meme for a while, like that, like the ghost of like that one guy who's just screaming over that kind of like electro
That's
beat.
not country though.
Yeah, but the music video took place in a Western setting, so I'm counting
That's
it.
not. That doesn't make it country.
I'm counting it, okay?
Oh.
But yeah, totally understand you there. Um, anyway, so now for all three of the singles, back in kind of familiar territory, I guess. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all three of these are Monster Cat. So
Yes.
So now I'm leaving it up to you for which one you want to go to first.
Daggers. We are talking about daggers.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is the track I probably have the least, I listened to it, but I don't really have too much of an opinion on it, it went in my ear, I appreciated it, it's well produced, it sounds nice, and then it went out, and then I kind of forgot everything about it. So,
Dang.
you,
I am
you go for
it. Okay, well, I've talked about this before, but I grew up on rock and like indie type stuff, so when I heard this, I was like, wait a minute, this, like, well, okay, I was I was impressed. It's just
You were wowed. You were wowed.
Yes,
yeah.
I was, because there isn't much rock on Monster King. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's No Regrets. There's the Valkyrie trilogy,
Side of
and
Your
then that's
Soul.
about it.
Side of Your Soul.
Yeah. Okay, and then that's about it.
Hammer, if you count that.
Sure.
That's got
okay,
the guitar riffs.
That's more like metal.
It
type.
is. Yeah.
Whatever. Still, you get the point. But yeah, it's catchy. Vocals are really good. Honestly, though, the only complaint, I honestly would make it a little long, just a little bit.
A little longer?
Just a little bit.
Like, how long is it now? Like 3-4 minutes?
It's maybe yeah, it's 4. I think I'd probably put it to like 5, maybe 5.5. I don't know.
I mean, like, to be honest, I'm just happy it's not like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, because that seems to be the norm nowadays.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but and I did say I forgot everything about it, but I do remember the vocals being good.
Yes.
Yeah, those
I'm
did stick
excited
out.
for his EP here, Slumberjacks.
I haven't heard much of Slumberjack, but if the EP comes out, then yeah, we can definitely talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll try and formulate more of a concrete opinion on the guy, because right now, yeah, because right now I just don't know. Nightshade, anything stick out to you with this one, or?
Well, definitely the vocals, and there was a piano at the end or something, and I liked that, just because, I don't know, it stuck out to me.
Piano. This was actually, I recommended this in one of the songs we talk about to listen to first, because he's kind of a metalhead. Not gonna lie. So like, I mean, or rock metal type thing. So I was like, you know what, these are pretty close. As that goes.
Honestly, I feel like that's something that we should have clarified. Like, like how long have we been recording? Like 20 minutes ago or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I guess we're doing it right now in the middle of the episode. So what is the stuff that you usually listen to? Like, what's your scene?
I listen to a lot of hard rock, and kind of it drifts into metal a little bit, but not much.
Sorry. Keep going.
No, that was it.
Oh, all right. I'm kind of curious what the difference is between hard rock and metal.
Well, I know this because I'm the genre expert here. No, I'm kidding. I probably shouldn't know this because I'm into the electronic scene. Hard rock is like I guess actually no wait, this might be a little harder to explain.
All right, Nightshade, then you go for it then.
I don't know. At least for me, it has a different like feel to it. Like in hard rock, I guess it has more of a balance towards. I don't know.
I'd say metal is darker. Like thematic wise, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like okay, here. Have you heard Stairway to Heaven?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, like the part where it gets like really faster, like at the halfway point or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that's hard rock, and like metal is like stuff, Metallica type,
Okay.
So yeah, so just I'd say darker.
See, this is kind of interesting to me because like with this stuff, it's like so what's the difference between these genres? And it's like the vibe that you get from it. It's just darker in themes and stuff. and then with us, it's like, what's the difference between these two genres? It's like 45 BPM.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
It's like it's much more
yeah.
defined, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
In the electronic world versus the non-electronic world, I'd say yeah, it is more defined.
The snare goes here in this one,
Yeah,
and then here in the other
exactly.
one.
Rock
And
is just like okay, you use guitars and you use drums and yeah, that's about it. As
it
long as you use an electric.
like honestly, no pun intended. I like that kind of goes to show just how mechanical like the scene is and how technical everything is when
Ha ha.
no pun intended. We're having a discussion here. Okay. Anyway. um,
Stop being Mr. Muffin.
Yeah. So anyway,
Do you even know who Mr. Muffin is?
I know the Muffin Man from that little
No?
nursery rhyme.
Okay, so back in 2016, 2017, there was this guy named Mr. Muffin who'd always comment on Monster Cat videos with song title puns, and then like he stopped in like in 2017 or something like that. I think Monster Cat got mad or
They
something.
got mad? Were they
Yeah,
vulgar?
or so. I no, it wasn't. I don't remember why. I think like everyone just hated them. Like the Monster Cat was like, okay, enough. Enough's enough.
What
You know?
they-
I don't know.
What the
It was-
fuck?
I don't know.
I-
I mean,
I
the song title pun community is pretty just bad in general. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I didn't realize that there was a community behind that, but I
Well,
suppose
not a community, but like
just people that do it. I mean, like I know you're saying that Monster Cat got like mad at him or whatever. I think I'm gonna go on thinking that like he just woke up one day and just got really sad about like what he was doing, and then he just kind of
Yeah.
quit. Because I find that way more funny.
Yeah, that does suck.
But then again, like having like a higher up at this big music label being like, we gotta stop this fucker from making bad jokes in our YouTube
Just-
comment section.
Or it's like the classic, Yo John, keep it down. Like Yo John, go get that guy. Make him stop. Make him stop.
And anyway, that is funny. Speaking of things that happened on Monster Cat years and years ago, Atmospheres is back
Yes.
on the label, which
The
is
longest gap actually by 4 months for the previous record.
yeah. I heard about that actually. It was I think that's fucking crazy, because
I know.
like I haven't even been like listening to Monster Cat regularly since the time like he was like since the first time he was on the label.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the video and then like seeing the name come back and was like, oh shit! Last time he was there was that layout. That's kind of nuts. So, but so besides all the hype around that, about him just being on the label again after so long, I thought that I to be honest, I don't think I like this track as much as what was the other one, like State of Mind, right?
Yeah, State of Mind.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I got that right. Because I really do like that track a whole lot. Like it's pretty much as good as a hardstyle is gonna get for me, because that's not necessarily true. I've heard tracks I like a lot better than that one, but it's just kind of classic euphoric, but and also just hard hitting, like hard style, and that was easy to get into. And while I respect what this track is doing a lot, it just doesn't appeal to me as much because I'm not like an avid hardstyle listener. I like when I go in there I know what I want, and this track doesn't exactly deliver. But what are you thinking?
Well, like I said before, I'm a hardcore junkie. I mean, I didn't really like this as much as I thought it would. Or I thought I would. Let's say it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent track, but it's not like my favorite type thing. I like, okay, so I have like a tabulating list of best of 2018 stuff pretty much throughout the whole year. I try and pick like 5 tracks from each month or whatever. And like, this is not on it, honestly. It's not even really close to being, honestly.
Oh damn!
It's good, but it's not like great. I guess.
I mean, like,
I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
when you say it like that, like it sounds fine, but like the other way, it's like you're walking right up to Atmosphere's face. Like you didn't even make the list, buddy. Calm
Yeah.
down. But
Go home.
I like that's kind of what I was saying. Like,
Atmospheres, I'm sorry. Come on our show. We'll make amends.
we're still calling the track good. You know,
Yeah.
like for me, it's around like a 6.5. Like that's kind of where my enjoyment with it lies, which is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw it on every chance I get, but I'm probably not gonna go through the effort to like take it off my phone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. My phone just flew off. I hit my cord.
Oh God! All right. Well.
Okay, let me restart. Let's start from where we started that part. Not restart the whole thing. Just like let's restart
All right.
that.
You. No,
We're gonna-
no, no, no.
no.
We got our points across. We got our points across.
But we need to figure. We gotta cut it somewhere. I gotta cut it.
It wasn't too loud. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, I gotta cut that dialogue. Definitely.
What?
Yeah.
What do we?
Me freaking out. Like I was like, God, I just dropped my phone.
It's okay. It wasn't that bad. Anyway. Anyway.
I'm
So
gonna cut it out.
fine. You can cut it out.
I'll figure the way.
Anyway, Nightshade. This is like I'm assuming this is one of like the only hard style tracks we've ever heard. Because you know, like that's pretty far out. Like pretty not exactly close to rock at all. So what'd you make of it?
Well, I don't really remember it because I listened to it yesterday. I do remember there was a key change in the middle. I like that.
That's good. I mean, like,
Yeah.
like honestly, just remembering like one thing about a song that's not in your scene that you listened to a day ago is totally
Yeah.
fine. Like if I got a list of like country songs I had to listen to, like that probably wouldn't exactly get drilled in too fast. But anyway, last single of the day, we've got
The
the
Monster Cat.
wait.
We have
Am
actually
I
we
missing?
have two more.
We have two. I guess we have two more
The Sullivan King one that I added last month.
that you added that I didn't know about. So well, yeah.
I thought you listened to it.
I didn't.
I told you I added the SK single.
The-
Sullivan King. That's what I meant. My
I'm,
guys.
I'm sorry. I think I thought you meant Slumberjack. You know.
What? How do you get Slumberjack from
Slumberjack. SK. It
SJ?
starts that.
It would be SJ.
It probably would be. I don't know. Like to be honest, I saw it pop up in my sub feed and be like, oh, we should probably be talking about that. Too bad, I guess. And then I click something else. Anyway, you can say your piece on the Sullivan King single because I literally can't.
Okay, well, I liked it. It's nice to see him solo releasing, you know, after what the collab with Dirty Phonics and like the 2 or 3 features or whatever.
Yeah, because he had like Wicked as well, right?
Yeah, the vocals were great. I kind of don't remember the drop because like I listened to it on Wednesday and I kind of forgot honestly, but like I think I thought of it as like okay. So yeah. Nate, what about you?
I definitely like the vocals. And that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah!
That's all I had.
Big win.
Big win, and finally, the big. I honestly, I'd call it bigger than Atmosphere's release. Breakout by Noise Storm.
Yeah, at long last, his latest release on the label isn't Crab Rave, which is great.
Crabs are gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like one thing I'm just gonna say, I like Noise Storm. I like the stuff that he puts out. That being said, I think Crab Rave is probably my favorite thing that he's done. Just because I'm not like with his normal style. It's good. It's well produced. It's well put together. But I like when it comes to heavy stuff, I'd rather just listen to something on like Never Say Die or Disciple or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, like with this track, it was nice to hear. It was nice to hear the Foreign Beggars again, because I feel like I don't
Yes.
hear them on that many
That
tracks
that's
anymore.
what made this big, honestly. It's not noise. It's foreign beggars.
Yeah, honestly, like the last thing I really heard from them was it came out last year, 24/7 that featured Feed Me. Um, that was really solid, even though I don't agree with all the messages that were delivered in there, because it was a very politically driven song,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I might want to listen to that.
yeah,
Maybe.
I mean I personally don't agree with a lot of their standings on it, but like their enunciations when they're like when they're rapping and just their overall flow coupled with Feed Me's production made for something really good. So I was excited to hear them on this, and I think they did do a good job on it, even if it's not like my favorite work that they've done, you know.
Yeah.
So what say you?
Well, I like the vocals. The drop can use a bit of improvement, but like, yeah, it's a decently good track. It's not. Did I put? No, I didn't put it on my. No, I didn't.
That
put it
didn't
on.
make your list. I mean,
It came really close. I mean, I still have one more song that I need to pick for this month. So I'm pretty confident about my five as far as
can,
what I have now. Unless
yeah.
unless
Can I
City
ask
of
what it?
Oz.
Oh yeah. Can I ask what it is now? Like what the list is made up of? Like now?
Okay, so there's. I have to look real quick. You have to give me like one moment. I know it has daggers because daggers.
Yeah. Those daggers.
Yeah, just daggers.
In the meantime,
Here, wait, no,
Nightshade.
it actually won't literally scroll on right now. It's
All right.
only gonna take me like one more second, probably.
Organized podcast.
Yeah.
Paid professionals.
Okay, so daggers, The Edge by Grant, the MIDI remix of Dream in Color, and the Roaming Road by Conroe. So, yeah.
All right,
and
yeah.
I have one more song that could be decided. And I think the only way this is going to change is either A, if something really, really good comes out, or two really, really good things anyway, or B, just to know releases City of Oz finally after freaking forever of waiting.
Yeah, I know.
By forever, I mean like 4 months, but like whatever.
I mean, that that's like 3 years in electronic music news.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all this. Oh wait, no, my bad. Nightshade. What do you think? I'm sorry.
So something I noticed, there was a low part in the background, and it sounded like a string bass. I really like that.
There was a string bass in the background.
No, it sounded like one.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't pick up on that actually.
You must have way better things than I do. And that's saying because mine's pretty good.
To be honest, I need to listen to more stuff on like my good quality headphones that I have. But like
Yeah.
but I just don't use them as often as I should, and then I just use my Apple earbuds. But sure,
You're one-sided ear Apple.
Well, no, I got those replaced actually. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Alright, good.
don't worry. I don't have a skewed perspective anymore. But yeah, so that's all the singles that we got. Leaf, there's this noise that keeps popping up like every second.
Oh, I don't know. It might just be me, like my mic or something. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. My things do weird things sometimes.
All right, who knows? We got to get you a blue snowball or something.
No,
That-
no.
that's gotta be next
I
time.
refuse. I refuse.
I mean, you refuse. Anyway,
I refuse. I will buy one myself if I want one.
we'll talk about this after recording. But anyway, anyway, moving on. As long as we're still on like Monster Cat stuff, we may as well get the last Monster Cat related thing that we have to talk about out of the way. So like the first EP that we'll be talking about is the remix EP from Halene's Dream in Color.
And also, Nightshade could find that one, actually.
That's, you know what? That's honestly, in my opinion, a good thing because
No, no.
this thing was not really that interesting to me at all. Felt like it would fit more better on like ultra music than it would here. The original song I think is really bland, and I don't think the vocals are. I mean, obviously like they're well sung, I guess. Like in terms of like the technical aspects of vocals, I don't know how to talk about that too well, but it sounded very strong. There wasn't a whole lot of like wobbling going on,
Yeah.
like it sounded fine. But in terms of the actual production and what she was saying and the way she was saying it, like I don't know, it was just like something about it got on my nerves, and it wasn't saying anything interesting. But I'd hope with the remixes, just because like there have been plenty of times a song that I didn't like has been just totally reformed. Um, but I have to say, like with the exception of like the Mazare remix, which is like that's the drum and bass one, right?
Yep, that is.
Yeah, like with the exception of that one, and sort of the Ruben de Ronde one, and I guess sort of the Stone Bank one. I don't know. I'm very iffy on those two. The first three on this package really just don't do much for me.
Hmm.
Which I was especially disappointed with because I always have high hopes for Fairy Corsten because I like trance a lot even though I don't listen to it as much as I probably should.
Yeah, go listen to more trance. That's essential.
I should. I really should. But yeah, like the MIDI remix was just I don't know, like it was slightly better than the original, but it didn't do anything that really wowed me, and it was just sort of like it went from like a 5 to like a 5.5.
I
Um,
like I like I like the epicness, I guess, like the grandeur of it.
yeah, I mean like I can see where you're coming from with that, but it's just like I felt like the drops didn't really have a whole lot of impact. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I listened to it like this morning, like when I woke up. But then again, like I woke up at like 11:30 today, so I wasn't even tired. I don't know. Like 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 honestly, this whole remix package, I'm just not a big fan of, except the Mazar one or Mazar or however you pronounce it.
Mazare, I don't know.
Who knows? The melody that he introduced in that remix, I thought was really good. It kind of gave me faint or faint. No, it's faint.
Faint. It's faint.
Faint. Yeah, it's faint. It kind of gave me faint vibes. And I had a great time listening to that. Ruben de Ronde, I enjoyed a decent amount. Like that's probably number 2 on my ranking. And Stonebank was I think I just kind of enjoyed because it was different from everything else, and like took the
It's
took the
not
heavy
UK
approach.
hardcore.
It's not.
I can't believe it's not UK hardcore.
To be honest, I don't even mind it when he releases only UK hardcore and like happy hardcore because
Well,
I'm
it's
I'm a
not that
sucker for
okay.
that stuff.
It's not that I don't mind it, because like I said, I'm a sucker too. But it just gets so monotonous after time. Like, let's see. So there was Be Alright, which was pretty good, and then there was like Ripped to Pieces, which was meh. Well, no, there was Be Alright, and then Who's Got Your Love was one of my favorites of 2016, and then there was Ripped to Pieces, which just
Wh-
ugh.
which is the one with the blue like thing and the
That's
and
Who's Got Your Love.
that one I really liked. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan of
Who's
that.
Got Your Love is one of my favorite songs from 2016. But just
Then there's the one with
oh,
the moon.
oh
That's
wait, no,
that like that's all right, right? Like be all right. The one with like the moon or like the rock or whatever in the album
that's
artwork.
All Night. That was before that.
Oh, all night. Yeah, yeah. That one is fine. I don't know. I like to be honest with Stonebank. I don't like actively anticipate his releases. So when one pops up, like I'll just click on it. It's like, oh, cool, another decent happy hardcore track or UK hardcore. Oop,
Yeah.
download, and then that's really all I like to think about with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, remixes. Sorry, not not a fan. Not for me. I to be honest, I didn't think it fits on Monster Cat even all that well. Um, Slap that on Ultra, but I don't know. Bef- Before we just get like hit with tons of hate because of that, Leaf, what are your overall thoughts on this thing?
Alright, I'm gonna give my rundown. MIDI, like the grandeur of it. It's a little bit too similar but to the original, but whatever. I'll take it. Very Corson, I like the thing at the beginning, and I mean, I'm a sucker for trance too, so, like, that, what was next after that? No, it wasn't, it was Jason Ross. Jason Ross, I was expecting, like, trance, and I got melodic dubstep, and I don't really like it all that much. So there's that. Was there? I don't really like it, honestly. I can't get into it.
Really?
I mean, just I don't know. I don't think it really works at that fast of a tempo, in my opinion.
All right.
Ruben De Ron was kind of bland in the beginning, but it dawned over me. And then Stonebeck is good because I can't believe it's not UK hardcore. Buy it in stores today. The I can't believe it's not UK hardcore, not the actual track.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like that meme. I can't believe it's not written. When I say.
So yeah. So yeah. So how would you sum up your thoughts? I guess like not track by track, but like, did you like this package? Were you a little iffy?
It has its ups and downs, but it's decent overall, I guess.
All right. There you go.
So, yeah.
There's a positive opinion for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cannot deliver, but I won't go on too much. And I guess I guess like let's just slowly transition from that into like heavy stuff. So I guess the intermediate one that we have on the list is KD. No, Kid.
Yeah,
Kid. You call
it's Kid. It's Kid.
It is Kid, but I'm sorry.
I know.
A question mark is
feel
not
wrong
nigh.
too.
A question mark is just not nigh. This is too far. I can deal with these being both. I can deal with these being A's and I can deal with these being U's, but I can't deal with them being both. That irritates me. As a community, we gotta pick one. And I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm getting hung up on semantics here. Prior to listening to this EP, I haven't really heard much of Kid. I know Dylan Tallchief made that video like How to Kid, which was pretty good. And I know that like there was some subreddit that I was on where they call him like discount Porter. They call Kid Discount Porter Robinson on the Porter Robinson subreddit.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that on the
yeah.
Porter Robinson.
Not my opinion, to be clear. But that's really all the info I had going into this. And after listening, I can say that's not really true in the slightest. And I didn't enjoy every track on here. And the tracks that like really my enjoyment varies a whole lot just throughout this whole project. But I did like it. The last track especially. I don't know what genre you would call Destroy the Universe.
I don't know. I don't have my sheet in front of me.
Who knows? But I enjoyed that a whole lot. I enjoyed Polluted Blood a lot. With the with the text to speech thing spelling out polluted blood. I thought that was cool. And Tokyo was a lot of fun too. I don't have a whole lot of opinions on like every track on here. But I can say that as a project, I've listened to this twice. And with stuff that is on the list, I usually only just listen to it once. But this I wanted to go back to it. So
Yeah.
So that says something.
Well, I only listened to half this thing because I was crunched on time. So I only listened to the first 3 tracks, and I thought they were pretty good. I mean, I heard Catherine with Varian before this, which is just bonkers in a really good way. But yeah, I liked what I heard at the least. But it's definitely not Discount Porter Robinson.
Yeah. Definitely not. I'm glad I heard this, so I finally have an opinion that's not that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna go through his whole discography or anytime soon. I might finally
Listen
get
to Catherine at least.
yeah.
Just listen.
Yeah,
It's good.
I'll do that because you're recommending it. And then I also might get around to that Res collaboration that
Fourth Impact.
yeah, that they did a while back because I never got around to that. I thought the album artwork looked really cool, so you know, I might listen to those, see where it goes from there. I know Kid's got a lot of fans, a lot of hardcore fans, so you know. Don't think I'm hating him. I'm probably gonna. I'd probably give this EP like a 7. And I'm looking
From what I
forward to
heard,
checking out more of the
I'd
stuff.
probably give it a 7.
Yeah, yeah. Did Nightshade, did anything like leave an impact on you like with this stuff? Like, did any of these tracks stick out?
Well, I guess just overall, it was like the fast-paced stuff. I like that a lot.
That's fair. Yeah, yeah. Like the wait, like how fast does this EP go? Because I don't remember anything
I
like
don't know.
particularly.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
I totally forget.
Honestly, the only track that I remember moments of Polluted Blood in Tokyo, and Destroy the Universe stuck with me. But I might have to listen through again. Actually, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll listen to it after we're done recording. Who knows? But yeah, I think overall positive feelings on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now all that we've got left are the heavy Never Say Die releases. Yeah, these are both Never Say Die actually. Because I don't want to close the episode on something that you haven't heard. I'll talk about the Bad Clat single real quick. I'm like to,
Wait, what?
The Bad Clat AB single thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, because
because I haven't heard.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So I'm just gonna get out of the way. To give a little background, I'm a massive Bad Clat fan, or at least I've become one. I've been one since like last year, because the stuff that he put out really like has really impressed me since I kind of got back into EDM. Like I heard his Black Label EP UK Cheese, and I don't think that's.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good EP, because the songs are all ridiculously repetitive on there. Like, but if the tracks were like cut in half, like they'd all be fantastic songs. Like I really like the ideas that he presents, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like mushy, like but really hard hitting at the same time, kind of like wet bass sounds that he uses are like they really kind of connect with me, and like like my ears like that kind of sound a lot. And the remix that he did for the Excision track, it was G Shit, I think. The remix they did for that is fucking phenomenal, and that's like my favorite from that package by a long shot. Well, actually no, because the Seven Lions remix on there was really good too. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Wait, the Paradox?
Yeah, the Seven Lions and Dimbo remix of that.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of like both of the drops in that thing. But anyway, yeah, I could talk about that for a while.
Topic.
Yeah. So but I read an interview that I think he did with UKF or something. That he doesn't release too often, because like he kind of likes to save up a bunch of material, then put it out and make people go, oh, it's that guy again, cool, and then he kind of disappears for a while, as opposed to just constantly releasing stuff, or releasing it over like a long period of time. So I'm wondering if he has more to offer before the year's up, because this is kind of what he did. This is what he did last year too, with like Black Label XL4, I think, But yeah, with this single, I'm a pretty massive fan. Campers was pretty much all I want. It's all I would have wanted out of a Bad Clat style banger. It doesn't really have any purpose or theming really, besides I guess he's angry at people that camp in video games, because the vocal line is it's something really cheesy. If someone's standing still, push that fucker to the ground. So it's really stupid. But at the same time, it's not trying to be smart or anything. It's just trying to be like a headbangable tune,
it's like nonsensical, like
Dolphin on Wheel. The Ricky Sen remix for that is fantastic. Just throwing it out there. but anyway, I haven't brought up Insane this podcast, but anyway, maybe I'll get to that later. But yeah,
Wait, what is this?
Insane by Ricky San, which I brought up like most episodes just out of nowhere.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, go listen to that. But anyway, so Campers was really good. Like it was just kind of like I don't want to say fan service because like there's like that's the wrong, like that word has a double meaning now. But it's exactly what you would want as a fan of Bad Clat style. And then No Joke is just this kind of like really hard hitting trap style, which is different from him for him, and I think he did a really good job with this one as well. And it's also one of those songs where like I can kind of throw it in my like car playlist really easily without worrying about like my friends being in there that like don't listen to bass music or anything like that because you know like the thing just bumps, you know.
It
It
bumps.
bumps, man. Like the bass in that is ridiculously strong. And yeah. So
If only my reverb worked, I could have went bump and just like started it.
oh well, I guess. But yeah. So I'm glad that the single is both A side B side thing. I don't care anymore. I'm glad that it's as good as it is because like most of the stuff he put out last year I really enjoyed. But he kind of ended last year on a weaker note with a remix of a Datsik track that I didn't think was all that good. And he also had a song on Never Say Die Volume 5 called Neon, which I thought was really underwhelming for him. But with this stuff, it kind of restored my faith in him as a producer. I thought everything here was really good. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Nightshade, did you listen to this one or?
Yeah, I did.
You did? What'd you think? This is like probably.
Um,
Actually, I don't know if it's the heaviest stuff on here, but it's heavy.
No, Wooly is.
Pro-
Totally didn't spoil
Um,
that.
I thought it was overall good. Like you said earlier, the bass was really powerful. And that's all I had.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely something to take away. Yeah, like No Joke is. Well, I can't say No Joke, and now I'm stuck thinking for a different term. It's definitely super. Like there's a lot of substance there. Especially if you have like good speakers, which I have not had access to yet, but I'll be looking forward to when I get that opportunity. But yeah, moving on.
Better ask your parents for Christmas.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe actually just get like a whole sound system in my car. That'd be nice. But
Yeah.
but yeah, moving on from that to something to the last thing on the list and something that we've all heard to end it off on is the Mammoth EP from Wooly.
Yes. This
Yeah.
was-
You know what, Leaf, you start out with this one. You got this.
Okay, well, I pretty much first heard of Wooly from the Stay remix, which is also on my Best of 2018.
Yeah.
But
Was that
yeah.
Future Bass or Britain?
it was Future Bass.
That was
and I
Future Bass, that's right.
And then I heard Falling, which I thought was really good. But anyway, so the first two tracks kind of, well, okay, I should say the first one because the second one, Death Step, is kind of my thing. So like with Mastodon and I don't remember what it was called off the top of my head.
Hold on. Let me get the track list.
Yeah,
Uh,
I thought that was good.
Elephant March. That was the one I think.
Okay, that's what it was. And then Thick Boy was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
That was I was not expecting that one. And then I'm very surprised that he made melodic dubstep for the last track, and it's pretty good in my opinion. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much my thoughts. I thought it was pretty good except for like the first track, which kind of was, you know.
All right, fair enough. For me, I don't know, my expectations from Wooly have kind of like went a little up and down in the past, in like just over the past while because I don't know, like I don't let what other people say influence what I really enjoy too much, but I do like keep it in mind for when I'm listening to something. And when I was finally kind of like breaking into this like whole Monster Cat community thing, and I discovered Corbin's channel, and I discovered that and he gives every Wooly song a 0 out of 10 by default. Um,
I
And
didn't even know that.
yeah, he does. But and his reasoning behind that is because he makes the most lazy type of music, which is rhythm and future bass in his eyes. And yeah, I don't
It's Britain.
I don't really agree with
Britain.
that. But yeah, like one thing I would like to say is his style of Britam, which is like he kind of invented it, to be honest, even though like he wasn't the first to make that style. He was the first to kind of call it that. I think it's really great because like because he's kind of found a way to like he uses reverb in a very smart way on these tracks where like sometimes the sounds are all kind of there at once and it's super chaotic.
Yeah.
But then other times you get these like second long segments where you get to hear this one sound kind of echo and fill the room up, and I think that's
Yeah.
really nice. And like overall with this thing, I was like from the cover art to like how they were teasing it and everything like that. I thought they did a really good job marketing it first of all. But yeah, I was able to get into most of the tracks here. I thought Need You was good, but it wasn't my favorite or anything. I like the first two tracks a lot. The second one, Elephant March, is probably my favorite off the thing. That like that's probably the prime example of sometimes like the sound is really chaotic, and then other times it's empty, and you get to hear these sounds kind of fleshed out by their
Yeah.
own. But Thick Boy was really funny.
Yeah.
I mean like I'm really glad that they sampled that. But in terms of like the actual song and like what it's trying to do, which is just be a banger, I couldn't help but compare it to their previous collaboration, which was Britam Bomb, which I thought was, still think is a much better song than this one. So like it's not terrible, but it probably stands out to me. Well, it stands out to me a lot because of the title and the fucking theme, I guess. But I like it's one that I'll probably be returning to the least, just because there's better William Company collaborations out there. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy this thing quite a lot, but it just fell off
Yeah.
after the first two tracks for me a little bit.
All right.
So this I'd say is definitely the heaviest stuff on here. So Nightshade, what do you think?
I definitely liked it. It was good.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that's cool. Actually, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. So yes, you just liked it. Thought it was decent.
Yeah, I liked I think we all agree I like Elephant March, definitely. Uh yeah.
That's good. That's good enough, man. You know what? Like, all right. One thing that I want to say before we wrap this up,
Mhm.
is like I'm sure people are gonna like say in the comments like how you didn't have too much to say, but the fact that you but the fact that you had anything to say about all this stuff like from a genre that you're
Mhm.
unfamiliar with, is definitely commendable. And the fact that like you listen to 2 hours worth of music of stuff
Two
that
and a
you're
half.
familiar. Oh yeah, because the remix is tacked on a half hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2.5 hours. So thank you for sticking through it and
Yeah.
even deciding to come on this thing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but besides that, we've been going
He's
for
taking the jump, guys.
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we've been going for about an hour 20 minutes now, so it's it's a good time to wrap it up. I don't know if you want like your Twitter, like I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or anything like that, but all this stuff that you would want to advertise, we'll have that in the description right at the top. On top of that, links to all the stuff that we talked about, like all the albums, we'll have links to the Spotify pages of those albums in the description as well. So you know, if if you heard us talk about something you haven't heard it and you're curious, go check it out. Go support the
Yeah.
artists. Don't pirate music.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't pirate. Pirating's bad.
yeah, of course. Pirating's a bad thing. Um, oh, man, I feel hypocritical all of a sudden. But but any, but anyway, go. Oh, and also go check out IMG's 24-hour mix. It's a big deal.
Yes.
3 months of work. Yeah.
Yes.
So with all that said, I think that's gonna wrap it up. So
Yeah.
thank you all for watching to this point. If you're hearing this, You might be one of like 2 people that heard this all the way through. We passed 20 subscribers, so yay on that though.
Yay!
Yeah.
I didn't even know this. Why didn't you tell me that?
Yeah. We hit 21.
Wow.
It's huge. Yeah, we're going places now.
Kudos.
Hell yeah. So on that positive note, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right. See y'all.
Yeet.